Okay. We have the Ultimate Rivers Quiz Compilation Episode 2. So, I'm going to do all of these quizzes that are currently in front of me. So, I'll start with the Match City and Rivers. So, 60 in total, so here we are. So, let's begin. Turn is Peru, Little Rock is going to be Arkansas. Montreal, St. Lawrence, Samara is the Volga. Berlin is the Spray. And Minneapolis, Mississippi. Sure, I'm not going to make a mistake. Zurich is the Lingmont. Kuala Lumpur, the Kling. Where are you, Kling? There you are. Riga, Dogava. Osaka is Yodel. Philadelphia, Delaware. Where are you? There you go. Seville, Guadalquivir. Juvenile. Winnipeg is red. And Yuma, Arizona is Colorado. Manaus is Amazon. Albuquerque, Rio Grande. Where are you, Rio Grande? There you are. Atlanta is the Chattahoochee. And then Bonn is the Rhine. And Denver is the South Platte. Boston's the Charles. Jakarta is the Siloam. Sao Paulo is the Pinheiros. Warsaw is the Vistula. Where are you, Vistula? And Billings is Yellowstone. Asuncion is the Paraguay. Where are you, Paraguay? There you are. Kansas City, Missouri. And Vienna is Danube. Tokyo, Arakawa. Baltimore, Patapsco. Portland's Willamette. Dublin, Liffey. Washington is Columbia. Washington, D.C. is the Potomac. And then Omaha, Missouri. New York is Hudson. And London is Thames. Kiev is Dnieper. Baghdad is Tigris. Rome is Tiber. Manila is Pasig. Niamey, Niger. Phnom Penh, Mekong. New Orleans, Mississippi. Avignon is the Rhone. Here, Cairo is the Nile. Guangzhou is the Zhejiang. Nashville is the Cumberland. Paris is the Seine. And Chattanooga is the Tennessee. Cincinnati, Ohio. Belgrade is the Danube. Richmond is the James. Astrakhan is the Volga. Novosibirsk is the Ob. Lisbon is the Tagus. Florence is the Arno. Liverpool is the Mersey. Shanghai is the Yangtze. Canberra is Malongo. And Kinshasa is the Congo. Okay, that sums it up for that quiz. Next quiz is going to be Rivers of Africa, the 20 longest rivers in Africa. So without further ado, let's begin. So Nile, also except Blue Nile, Congo, Niger, Zambezi, Ubangi, and Kasai, Orange, Limpopo, Senegal. Let's get Volta. Let's get Draw, Okavango. I'll get rid of this here. Let's get the DRC states out of the way. Kwango, Lomami, and Sankuru. Val, Benway, and then Joba Shabelle. They have those two rivers together. And then the last river is what was the last river? I got Okavango. I said Limpopo, Orange, and Kasai. What am I missing? I said Volta. Tana River wasn't there. What was the last one? Trying don't know what the last one was. Is it? I got Congo, Lomami, Kasai, and Sankuru. I got Benway. Was it Char? No, it wasn't Chari. It was, what was the last one? I got Senegal. I got Draw. I got... What am I missing? What am I missing? I got Joba Chabelle. It's not... It wasn't Tana. Was it Will? It wasn't Will. Oh, yeah. It was Shirei. That was it. Yeah. Okay. Next, longest rivers in Russia. So 22 rivers in total. So let's get Lena, Yenisei, Ob, Irtysh, Volga, Ural, Amur, Don, Dnieper. Let's get the Tunguskas, Lower Tunguska, Stony Tunguska. And we got the Animal GM servers, Alden, Kama. Belaya and Desna are not there, unfortunately. Let's get Olenyak, Koima, Indi, Yurka. Let's get Ishim. Now we have, I think I got all the, yes, I got a Mur, right? Yeah, I did get a Mur. So, Pecora. Let's get, Viljoy and Vitim. And then Angara and Chulim. Alright, those are all of the longest rivers in Russia. Now, we got the longest rivers in France. Alright, let's begin. So, there's a Loire without an E in it at the end, and Loire with the E at the end, of course. Those are two different rivers. And let's get Sin, Rhone, Aron. Now we got Dordogne. Let's get Cher, Charente. We got Marne, Meuse, Moselle. Now we got Doubs, Saône, Lot. Let's get Tarn. We have Allier, Oise, cannot pronounce this one, and Vienne and Durance. Those are the longest ones in France. Next we have the rivers of Brazil. This is picking. This is another choosing the correct answer one. So here we go. Xingu is this one. Paranaíba is this one. And Purs is this one. And Parnaíba is this one. Paraná is this one. San Francisco is this one. Uruguay is this one. Rio Grande is this one. And then Branco is this one. Japura or Caqueta, that's this one. Araguaia is this one. Tocantins is this one. Paranapanema is this one. Doce is this one. Paraguay here. Solimões is here. Paraíba do Sul is this one. Amazon, Madeira. And then Mamoré, Tapajós, Tietê, Rio Negro, and Jacuit and Honha is this one. That's the Brazil rivers. And now we are going back to Europe, and we're now going into the UK. So we're doing UK cities and rivers now. So London is the Thames, Norwich is the Wensum, Exeter is the Exe, Glasgow is the Clyde, Liverpool is the Mersey, Lincoln is the Witham. Let me get this rid of this ad. Stoke-on-Trent, Carlisle is Eden, Middlesbrough is the Tees, and Newcastle upon Tyne. Gillingham is the Medway, Shrewsbury is the Severn, Dundee is the Tay. Sunderland is the Weir. Belfast is the Logan. And Cardiff is the Taff. And now we got another UK rivers one. This is English rivers and towns. This is a bit more complicated than the previous one. So let's begin. So more obscure places in the UK and more obscure rivers, but here we go. So Banbury is Cherwell. Barnstaple is Taw. Yeah. Not yet. Soon. Okay. 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 Blackburn is yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. So Banbury's Cherwell. Barnstaple is Taw. Blackburn is Darwin, and then Bury is the Irwell, Canterbury is the Stour, Carlisle is the Eden, Chelmsford is the Chelmer, Chester is the Dee, Chesterfield is the Rother, Coventry is the so Stafford is the Sale without an E, and then Coventry is the Sale with an E. Those are two different rivers. And then Durham is the Weir, Enfield is the Lee, Guildford is the Way, Hereford on Y, Huddersfield is the Colne, Ipswich is the Orwell, Lancaster is the Loon, Leicester is the Soar, Lincoln is the Witham, Macclesfield is the Ballin, Maidstone is the Medway, Norwich. So the previous quiz had Wensum for Norwich. This one has Yar for Norwich. Peterborough is Nene. And then Sheffield is Dawn. Already have Sale for Stafford. Stockport is Mersey. And Taunton is Tone. Wigan is Douglas. Winchester is Itchen. And York is Ouse. So those are all of the that sums it up for the UK rivers. Next we have European cities by river confluence. This is very similar to Extreme World Geography number 9, which is like the confluence of two rivers and you need to name the city. So let's begin. So Rhine and Moselle is Koblenz. Danube and Sava is Belgrade. And then Meuse and Orth, that's Liege. Rhone and Saône, that's Lyon. Volga and Oka, Nizhny Novgorod. And then Rhine and Main is Mainz. Weiss, Elster, Place and Parth is Leipzig. Vilnius and Neris is Vilnius. Elbe, Oster and Biel is Hamburg. Rhine and Neckar is Mannheim. Volga Kazanka is Kazan. Rhone and Durance is Avignon. Schelten-Lees is Ghent. Neman and Neris is Kaunas. Rhine and Ruhr, Duisburg. Danube and Inn is Passau. Okay. Alright, so here we are. So now, next we have German cities and their rivers. So let's so we got German cities now and name the river that passes through. So Eisenhüttenstadt is the Oder, Trier is Moselle, and then Hanover is the Lane, Ulm is the Danube, Bremen is the Weser, Gießen is the no, that's not Nice. Gießen is the Lahn. Mannheim is the Rhine. Dresden is the Elbe. Munich is the Isar. Gorlitz is the Neisse. And then Heidelberg is the Neckar. Paderborn is the Lippe. Würzburg is the Main. Potsdam is the Havel. Saarbrücken is the Saar. Rosenheim is the Inn. Cottbus is the Spree. Augsburg is the Lech, and then Jena is the Saal, and then Rhein is the Ems, Kassel is the Fulda, Then Aalen is the Koker, Mulheim is the Ruhr, and Nuremberg is the Pegnitz. Those are all the German rivers. And now we move on to the Quick Pick series. So, quick pick the rivers. So, here we are. So, African rivers now. So, Congo, Kwanzaa, and Juba, Limpopo. And then let's get Niger, Nile, Orange, Osun, and Senegal, Shabelle, Wele, and Volta. And now let's go to the quick pick Asian rivers now. So let's get, so we have Euphrates, Ganges, Jordan, Karun, and Ob, Rio Grande, Mindanao, Tarim, Tigris, Zir, Pearl, Yalu, and Yangtze, and Yenisei. Quick pick European rivers now. Danube, Dnieper, Ebro. And let's get Garonne, Loire, Oder, Po, Rhine, and then Tagus, Thames, and then Vistula and Volga. And now South American rivers now. Let's go. Aconcagua, Amazon, Otranto, Chubut. We got Maipo, Maui, Orinoco, Parnaíba, Pueblo, Rio Negro, Rio Bueno, and Valdivia. Those are all of the South American rivers. Now we got the North American rivers. And so Alsek and Atoyac, those are both in the Arctic. And then let's get Colorado, Columbia, Dean, Fraser. Let's get Ohio, Rio Grande, Sacramento, St. Lawrence, Usumacinta, and the Yukon. And now last but not least, we have Oceanian rivers. So this one's the only one of them that's random order, but I have them down also. So Wailevu, Sepik Fly, and let's get Murrumbidgee, Warrego, Gascoigne, and then let's get Clutha, Waikato, Wanganui, Lachlan, Darling, and Murray. Those are all of the Oceania rivers, and that sums up the Quick Pick Rivers series. So now, up next, we got capitals by river. So the let me get rid of these notifications. So here we are. So we got the first one here. We have American capitals by river. So let's begin. So Rio de la Plata, Buenos Aires, and Montevideo, Mapocho, Santiago, Paraguay is Asunción, Arzobispo is Bogotá, Guare is Caracas, Rimac is Lima, Demerara is Georgetown, Suriname, Paramaribo, Ozama is Santo Domingo, Almendares is Havana, Choluteca is Tegucigalpa, Taribi, Maria, Aguilar, and Torres is San Jose, Potomac, Washington, D.C., Ottawa, Rousseau. Alright, up next we got European capitals by river. So let's go Danube, Vienna, Budapest, Belgrade, and Bratislava. And then let's get Valtava is Prague, Dembvita, Bucharest, Iskar, Sofia, Sarajevo, we got Belgrade, Ljubljana, and Zagreb. Let's get Vistula, Warsaw, Spree, Berlin, Daugava, Riga, Dnieper, Kiev, Neris, Vilnius, and Svislak Minsk, Vardarskopje, Miljaka Sarajevo, Bern, Alzette Luxembourg, Tiber Realm, Amsterdam, St. Paris, Manzaris Madrid, Tagus Lisbon, Thames London, Liffey Dublin, Rhine Vaduz, Moscow, Raqqa Podgorica, Vantaa Helsinki, and Nordstrom Stockholm. Okay, Asian capitals by river now. And we got Hrazdan, Yerevan, Mitkavari, Tbilisi, Tigris is Baghdad, Juchik, Tashkent, Ishim. This quiz has it as Nur Sultan, so obviously this is between 2019 and 2022 when this was last updated. Varzab, Dushanbe, Yamuna, New Delhi, Burganga, Dhaka, Vishnumati, Kathmandu, Thimphu is Thimphu, Mekong, Vientiane, and Phnom Penh, Red Hanoi, Chopra, Bangkok, Klang, Kuala Lumpur, Siliwong, Jakarta, Brunei, Bandar Seri Begawan, and Pasig, Manila, Tamsui, Taipei, Shanghai, Juma, Beijing, Taidong, Pyongyang, Honshu, and Arakawa, Yosemite, Tama, Tokyo. Alright, now we got African capitals by river Nile. So let's go. Congo, Kinshasa, and Brazzaville. Ouaddaharak is Algiers. Yewa is Porto Novo. And Segedichane, Nagatwane is Gaborone. Ubangi, Bangui, Shari, and N'Djamena. Nile, Cairo, and Khartoum. Bubula, Akaki is Addis Ababa. And then Como is Libreville. Gambia is Banjul. Geba is Bissau. Mohokari is Maseru. Nairobi is Nairobi. Misrata St. Paul is Monrovia. Ikopa, Antananarivo. Niger, Niamey, and Bamako. Latinier, St. Louis is Port Louis. And then Boulegang is Rabat, Matola, Maputo, Gamams, Windhoek, and White Nile is Juba. Okay, so those are all the capitals by river series. And now we just got a couple more to go. We got, this is the biggest one yet, longest river by country, so name the longest river that passes through each country, so each country that has rivers, of course, because not all countries have rivers, 151 in total, so let's go. Afghanistan, Amudarya, Albania is Drin, Algeria, Shalif, Andorra, Gran Valera, Angola is Congo, Argentina, Paraná, Armenia, Aras, Australia, Murray, Austria, Danube, Azerbaijan is Kura, Belarus, Dnieper, Belgium is Mus, Benin, Niger, Bolivia, Paraguay, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Sava, Botswana, Zambezi, Brazil is Amazon, Bulgaria, Danube, Burundi is the Rurubu branch of the Nile, Cameroon, Benue, Canada, Mackenzie, Central African Republic is Ubangi, Chad, Chari, Chile is Loa, China, Yangtze, Colombia is Amazon, Cote d'Ivoire is Bandama, Croatia is Danube, Cyprus is Pedios, Bangladesh is Brahmaputra, Belize is Belize, Bhutan is Drangme Chu, Burkina Faso is Voltaire, Cambodia Mekong, Costa Rica San Juan, Cuba Calto, Czech Republic is Elba, Democratic Republic of the Congo is Congo. Denmark, Guyana. Dominica, Liu. Dominican Republic, Yaqui del Norte. Ecuador, Putumayo. Egypt, Nile. El Salvador, Lempa. Equatorial Guinea, Mabini. Estonia, Vohandu. Ethiopia, the Blue Nile. Finland, Kemioki. France, Rhine. Gabon, Uguye. Gambia, Gambia. Georgia, Kura. Germany, Danube. Ghana is Black Volta. Greece is Maritza. Guatemala, Motagua. Guinea, Niger. Guyana, Essequibo. Haiti, Artibonite. Honduras is Coco. Hungary, Danube. Iceland, Theorsa. India, Indus. Indonesia is Kapuas. Iran, Karun. Iraq, Euphrates. Ireland, Shannon. Israel, Jordan. Italy, Po. Jamaica, Black River. Japan, Shinano. And Jordan, Jordan. Kazakhstan, Irtish. Kenya, Tana. Kosovo, the White Drin. Kyrgyzstan, Arin. Laos, Mekong. Latvia, Dogava. Lebanon, Orontes. Lesotho, Orange. Liberia, Cavalli. Liechtenstein is Rhine. Lithuania, Namon. Luxembourg is Moselle. Macedonia, Vardar. Madagascar, Mangoki. Malawi, Shire. Malaysia, Rajang. Mali, Niger. Mauritania, Senegal. Mexico, Rio Grande. Moldova, Danube. Mongolia, Yenisei. Montenegro is Lim. Morocco, Draw. Mozambique, Zambezi. Myanmar, Mekong. Namibia, Zambezi. Nepal, Gagara. Netherlands, Rhine. New Zealand, Waikato. Nicaragua, Kokio. Niger, Niger. Nigeria, also Niger. North Korea is Yalu. Norway, Glama. Pakistan, Indus. Palestine, Jordan. Panama, Chukunak. Papua New Guinea, Sepik. Paraguay, Paraná. Peru, Amazon. Philippines, Cagayan. And Poland's Vistula. I mistyped that. Vistula. Portugal, Tagus. Republic of the Congo, Congo. Romania is Danube. Russia, Volga. No. They have this as Yenisei. Rwanda, Kagera branch of the Nile. Senegal, Senegal. Serbia, Danube. Slovakia is also Danube. Slovenia, Sava. Somalia, Shabelle. Spain, Tagus. South Africa, Orange. South Korea, Nek Dong. South Sudan, Nile. Sri Lanka, Mahaweli. Sudan, Nile. Suriname, Quarantine. Sweden, Torn. Switzerland, Rhine. Syria, Euphrates. Tajikistan, Amu Darya. Tanzania, Kagera branch of the Nile. Thailand, Mekong. Togo, Mano. Tunisia, Majerda. Turkey, Euphrates. Turkmenistan, Amu Darya. Uganda, Nile. Ukraine, Danube. United Kingdom, Severn. United States, Missouri. Uruguay. Uzbekistan, Amu Darya. Venezuela, Orinoco. Vietnam, Mekong. Zambia, Zambezi, and Zimbabwe, also Zambezi. So those are all of the those are all of the longest rivers in each country. Now, last but not least, the longest rivers by U.S. state. So, let's do this. Alabama is Tennessee. Alaska, Yukon. Arizona, Colorado. Arkansas, Mississippi. California, Colorado. Colorado, Rio Grande. Let's get rid of... Okay, Connecticut, Connecticut. Delaware, Delaware. Florida is Chattahoochee. Georgia, also Chattahoochee. Hawaii, Wailuku. Idaho, Snake. Illinois, Mississippi. Actually, yeah. Indiana, Ohio. Iowa, Missouri. Kansas, Missouri. Kentucky, Mississippi. Louisiana, Mississippi. And Maine, St. John. Maryland, Susquehanna. Massachusetts, Connecticut. And Michigan, the Grand River. Minnesota, Mississippi. And Mississippi, Mississippi. Missouri, Missouri. Montana, Missouri. Nebraska, Missouri. Nevada is Colorado. New Hampshire, Connecticut. New Jersey, Hudson. New Mexico, Rio Grande. New York, St. Lawrence. North Carolina, Roanoke. North Dakota, Missouri. Ohio, Ohio. Oklahoma, Arkansas. Oregon, Columbia. Pennsylvania, Ohio. Rhode Island's Blackstone. South Carolina, Savannah. South Dakota, Missouri. Tennessee is Mississippi. And then, okay. Texas, Rio Grande. And Utah is, Utah's Colorado. Vermont, Connecticut. Virginia is not James, it was Roanoke. And then Washington, Columbia. West Virginia, Ohio. Wisconsin, Mississippi. And Wyoming, Snake. That's everything. Those are all of the longest rivers by U.S. state. And that concludes my ultimate rivers compilation. Hope you enjoyed. So long for now.